Hi, góðan daginn and welcome to Project Pal. My name is Gunnhildur, I'm in Iceland, live in Iceland, and this is my podcast vlog, chat everything, where I really talk mostly about myself. But I do aim to talk mainly about yarn, knitting, crocheting, and anything fiber related. That was my neighbor. And my window is open. Oh goodness, I feel like a child being caught, like she didn't even notice. Because she's a polite one who does not look into windows. I do have really nice neighbors. Do think that at least one of them was moving away yesterday, so oh well. But yeah, I do aim to I just remembered I have a window open. Let's see, one of my guilty. Anyway, okay. I'm 41 years old. I still get embarrassed by being myself. But yeah, I do aim to talk mainly about yarn, knitting, crocheting, and anything fiber related because goodness gracious, these things are really interesting. I also talk about the weather because, hello, have you seen the planet? It's always doing something interesting. Like right now, raining. What was it doing last week? Snow. Yesterday it was freezing, today it is plus Celsius. It's like we're in that time of year. But yeah, also, if you are, wait, did I finish? No, I didn't. Who cares? If you are a repeat viewer, thank you for being up with me. But yeah, it is this time of year when, well, my part of Iceland, because I live in the Eastern Fjords, but I also know that they do the same thing in the Western Fjords. Because both parts of Iceland don't get sunlight for, I mean, well over a month. There's a farm in, in the fjord that they don't get sunlight from, what was it, October until March, because of where the farm is situated. It's called Skuggahlíð. Skuggi means shadow. Hlíð is like it's a side of a mountain. That was Instagram. Hlíð, yeah, like I was gonna be so smart and translate. Hlíð is like side of mountain, hillside, So basically, like shadow side. Not quite, but roughly, because they don't get sunlight for like months. So I'm not complaining. But what we do when we do get the sun is we have solar coffee. It's basically, sun coffee time. So when you do get to see the sun, and there are rules and regulations, because that's how you play any game. But only have to see the sun. It has to cast a shadow. Can I show? Yeah, here. Like this is just daylight, but it has to cast a visible shadow, and then you're allowed to have solar coffee. And I mean, it's a really simple affair. It's like a pancake or a waffle, something that is circular and golden like the sun. So because this is my first time, well, living here, it's further away from where I used to live with my mother and brother, my second brother. So that place gets sunlight pretty early in this town. I have no idea when I'm gonna get the sun and when I should be able to like do the pancake thing. I did buy a mixture because not talking about yarn yet. Have you noticed? Like mainly about yarn. Nah, I'm yattering about myself. So while I'm doing that, I'm actually gonna because I still haven't finished neither of the shawls that I'm working on. My crochet hook just fell on the floor. I mean, the good thing about crochet is that, I mean, it's pretty easy to pick up from where, like if you drop a stitch, it's way easier to catch it back with a crochet hook than with knit needles. So that is 1+ for crochet. In case you were wondering, I'm pretty sure you weren't, but anywho. So yeah, I am so close to being done. I think like it's only a couple of rounds at most. Look at it, look at the color. And then well, that basket goes over there. I still have 2 sets of, no, hang on, it's distractions. If I get diagnosed with ADHD, I would not be surprised, but I had a thought and I need to figure it out. So it wasn't far, so that's fine. But yeah, I didn't film anything last weekend because, hey, guess what? My plumber friend came by and sorted me out with the washing machine. He needs to pop in again because of thing. But what I was doing last weekend was the washing. I was catching up on my washing, but I don't have a dryer rack and I don't have a drying machine. So I was using old surfaces to let my washing finish drying. So I literally didn't have a space to film. I was also putting together bookshelves. So my books actually have, for the most part, my books have a place to live. I am absolutely in love with books. I am obsessed with books. I have too many. You cannot have too many books. If it brings you joy, just like with yarn, you don't have too many. Anyway, so that's the main reason why I didn't film last weekend. I just painted myself in a corner. I'm like, oh goodness. I promised to be better about filming, and straight away, the weekend after, I'm like, oops. But yeah, so I do have one of my baskets. Like, this is also one thing that came with me when I moved here. I never was able to show you because I just didn't have the space. But yeah, okay, so I was looking for this. Goodness. Anyway, so when I get this one finished, I'm probably gonna start on either this one or this one, because these are, I love shawls. I have a lot of shawls. I'm still gonna make more because I absolutely love them. And they are so easy and simple to just pair up with anything. Also, they make really nice gifts. Where was it? Yeah. So, what was the other thing? What was I talking about? But yeah, last weekend, let's see, I put together 2 bookcases. Caught up on the laundry, which was fantastic. I felt like an adult. And let's see. Yeah, so basically playing catch up. I am settling in really nice. Like, this is home. It's so nice, it's so nice. So, let's see, last night, we ended up being, oh, first off, I was alone for the first hour. I was like just chilling with my crochet, with a lovely glass of beer, and I love the servers. They are so nice. Like the one who is now, she knows exactly what I want when I come in. It's like Thursday night, it's like, so nice. But yeah, so we ended up being, I think 5, like the week before that. So it's a really nice number. Like, I like the fact that knit nights are still on, and the fact that it's open. Like, it isn't a club activity where you have to show up and do this or do that. No, it's an open thing. You just show up if you have the time and energy and the mental capacity to do so. And yeah. Let's see, when I finish this one, the next crochet project is going to be the next shawl, like I said. But there's another thing that made me so happy is, you know, just being able to like tidy up a little bit. And I say a little bit because I am a chaos gremlin. I like having chaos. Chaos means, I mean, controlled chaos, like not everything all over the place. But a cozy, controlled chaos is home. Right, so I have my space. I have my donation box. Unfortunately, the charity shop, they were closed yesterday. They are open 2 days a week, Wednesdays and Saturdays, and they were closed yesterday, unfortunately. But yeah, so I mean, I do still need to finish the knitted Halloween shawl, but it's not a rush. But I did want to show you because while tidying up, I managed to find, in my oceans of yarn, of course I need to find one particular kind, and it is the inband that my oldest sister gave me because she was drowning in it, and I was like, I need a peace of mind. I'm like, gimme. So yeah, I think I'm sitting on some of it. I have no idea how much that is. I should probably weigh it, but I'm like, that sounds way too organized, and I am chaos. But the thing about this yarn is because I already have a pattern in mind, or at least quickly after. I either had the plan already, or if it just came together quickly after. It doesn't really matter because I have all the resources. Okay, honestly though, this Christmas themed rug is knitted from Álafosslopi, so wool. It's just really pretty. You can definitely make that with I was gonna be smart and give you yarn. I'm like, I'm not good with that. But yeah, it's circular. Ooh, it's circular knitting needles. 40, 60, 80, and 120 centimeters, because it's a rug. And also double pointers and a crochet hook, all number 6. So that's, I mean, this is 7, but you know, it's chunky because the wool is chunky. Anyway, that's not what I was gonna show you. Ooh, also a sun hat. That's one of the billion things that I want to make, and it's on my never-ending to be made. But this simple, what do you call it? Turtleneck? It's not a turtleneck because it doesn't go tight. Rolled neck thing. This. I want to make. It's called ferð. That would be journey. Ferð. To travel is að ferðast. Ferð or ferðalag. Journey. Could be voyage too, but journey. Definitely journey. I would be interested to see how they would translate that though, actually, because I do know that this lopi, I have seen them in the English translation. This is number 44. The newest one, so this is 2024. I still haven't got the last one. Came out last year. Number 45. Because I am trying to be good about using the things that I already have. And I did check with the, I did Google what's in it, but did I see something that I like? That's neither here nor there, because in next knitting project that I have is going to be this thing and this. So, wait, is that inband? Yeah, that's inband. So inband, yeah, I'm gonna be using 3.5 and a 5 in the circular, and then double pointers, yeah, both 3.5 and a 5. I have that. I think I have that, otherwise, bugger it. Yeah, it's... Oh, I need to figure out the cast on, because they say tegnleg, which is not my... my cast ons are usually really tight, so I'm gonna need to figure out how to make it so I'm not strangling myself. That's something ducky to learn. But like inband, it is... Wait, 3.5 and a 5? That's gonna be a very light. Ooh, looking forward to it. But yeah, it's pretty fine. Is it lace? I won't say it's lace. Almost lace. Fingering? I title this as a yarn type of channel, and I have no idea what I'm talking about. But yeah, I think it's finger weight. Actually, it's rather dim outside right now. It's like a little bit gray. It is rainy. But it's January. And I've seen people like in Canada be like, why do I keep losing my place with this? It's cursed. Oh, I heard a ghost the other day. A drug. And last split. It was a really polite one too. I don't remember hearing that one. But yeah, so drug, that is... It's translated as a ghost, but it's not. It's a spirit, it's a ghost, it's a poltergeist. Like, I want to say 99.9999% time of, you are most likely gonna hear someone who is just polite. Most of them, all of them that I've ever encountered have been really, really polite. This is gonna sound so weird for people like, basically I heard a very, how am I gonna explain this? A determined but polite, clear knock. Which is really funny, because it was on Friday morning. I'm up front from the store baking. And it sounded exactly like the knock that you would expect from an old-fashioned wooden front door. We don't have that kind of door. We don't have that kind of walls even. The door that we have is a glass sliding door. There was no one. Because the one thing that I was taught when I was growing up, if you hear something that you aren't sure about, check to make sure that there isn't a logical explanation for it first. If it defies logic, and you've ruled out, like there was no one in the parking lot, there was no one moving around, there was no one else in the store, I was the only one up front, no one walking around, no one driving around, no one, like I checked. And might have been a bird on top, but that is a very different sound. And that was a knock. But also there's the feeling that you get when you hear it. And I just felt like, that is a visitor. Because, I mean, sometimes you get spooked. Which is understandable. I am probably losing a lot of you, but I did have a conversation with a lady who lives in here who is British. And I came to a realization that I am really a rather privileged person to be raised in a culture that allows me to have this mental compartment in my mind. That's what mental is, Gunnildig. That allows me to just, if there's something that I don't understand, right? Like very often with electricity, computers, electric doors that will not obey, stuff like that. I can simply go, that's a dreur, and move on with my day. Because mentally I have put it in a compartment in my brain that goes, don't have to understand it. That is a privilege, because that is it de-stresses. Because if it's a true, then that means that I cannot understand it. Therefore, I don't need to worry about it. And I am very curious to know if this is something that is simply cultural, which it probably is, there, because it's not a stigma to talk about treur. At least not in my part of Iceland. It's like, it's not something that people are like, oh my god, she's insane. No, because I mean, it can be hallucinations. Probably is. It can be simply wishful thinking. It can be your brain playing tricks on you because of stress, anxiety. Yeah. But it can also be simply something that defies explanation. And culturally, that is true. And it yeah. But yeah, then I went inside because I'm like, I need to figure out if this is logical or illogical. Can I compartmentalize this as a truth, or was there someone actually knocking on the door that wasn't there? So I go to the office, and thankfully both the store manager and one of my coworkers were there. They are both older than me, so they have more of experience. And I bring this up. I'm like, hey, I just heard a truth. And my older coworker goes, oh, that's Samkaupsglæsir. I've never heard about that. So Samkaup is the store chain that we work for. And Glæsir is a specific type of truth. And I've never heard of that. So Glæsir, it can mean glorious, beautiful, gentleman often. It's a very, it is old-fashioned because, quite frankly, you don't really meet a lot of men who are striking like that. That was mean of me. Glæsir is a, I would say, masculine type of draugur or ghost. Very polite, very gentlemanly. I never heard of this one though. I can't remember the name of the one that I'm thinking about, but it was one of these old-fashioned ghosts, like dressed up with a hat and everything. And when he would meet people, he would take off his hat, and of course, like the story goes, his head would go with. But he was a very polite one, so people are like, well, that's the Glæsir. But yeah, so she said that was one of them. I'm like, Is she making that up? Because I've never heard of that. But yeah, long story short, ghosts in Iceland are polite. At most. They might play a little trick on you, but they are mostly just polite, considering. Oh god, now I've gone down this rabbit hole. Because now I really want to tell you about a fylgja. Most people have a fylgja. Fylgja actually has two meanings. Literal meaning, like in the physical world, it's the placenta that comes with you when you are born. And there are kind of superstitions and folklore and things that people have done with the fylgja, with the placenta. And in Icelandic it's called fylgja, means að fylgja means to follow, because it follows. So that is one, type 1. Type 2 is a kind of spirit that, I mean, this is a confusing part. It's called fylgja, it's called your follower, but it precedes you. And it can be, just your own presence, basically. Because some people have a very, very big presence. And like in my case, one of my classmates from, oh goodness, when was it? 2004, 2005? It's 20 years ago. But he used to work at a local bookstore back over in Yattering, where we were attending the art school. And I had to have a chat with him, because I come down these set of steps and just going, and I'm see him at the tail, and I say hello and go about my way. But was it the school after, or did I go? I can't quite remember, but I had a conversation with him, because he looked like he'd seen a ghost, and technically speaking he did. Because what he saw was me going the exact same way and doing the exact same thing as my fylgja. So my fylgja preceded me to play a prank on that poor boy. Like every single step, every movement, how I greeted him, where I went, was the exact same thing. And that may sound really creepy to you. To me, it just sounds funny, because I haven't heard anything about my fylgja having done that ever since, or before or since. But the dang thing decided to play a prank on that poor boy. It's like, I kind of felt sorry for him too, because that is creepy actually. But most fylgja, they just announce presence. It can't be knocking, which is the main reason why I went into the office to see if someone was arriving. Most often it's like a gust of wind that comes out of bloody nowhere. So, pages flying, paper, or door slam. Very often door slam. One of the not quite a nurse. God, what's it called? Basically one of the ladies who come to my mother, because my mother needs, she's 81 years old. It's really good that she has some medical attention. So every morning, one of the ladies comes to check on her and rub her legs. They're always so nice. But one of them has a fylgja. And we know that because quite often there will be either a knocking on the door, or the very clear sound of someone opening the door and coming inside, and no one will be there. It's just a sound. And then within a couple of minutes, that particular woman will arrive. And that is her fylgja. So quite sure what I'm talking about. I really just want to talk about ghosts and spirits right now. I don't know why. Probably that time of year, actually. But yeah, it's definitely a cultural thing. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Definitely a cultural thing. Because it's something that I grew up with, just hearing about, learning about, being taught not to be afraid of them. And actually, spirits have been quite frankly, my biggest source of reassurance. Especially when I was a teenager, and looking back, I was definitely having a panic attack because of extreme social phobia. It was a drögur, what I just heard the sound of, and I am forever grateful for that one, because he literally took away my anxiety. Like, I heard the crunching, like someone was walking on the path near to me, and I just felt all my anxiety and nervousness just fly away. I'm like very grateful, because looking back, I was definitely on the brink of extreme panic attack in the dark, alone. But yeah, so and my nose is running. But yeah, so you probably came here to hear about yarn, and instead you hear me yattering around about ghosts. So is that a clickbait? Can I claim that as a clickbait? But yeah, so what am I gonna... Honestly, as soon as I turn the camera off, I'm gonna blow my nose because it's running. TMI, I'm sorry. Probably gonna try and finish the shawl today so I can weave in the ends and try and wash the thing, get it done, and then start. Am I gonna start on the next shawl, or am I gonna cast on for the jumper? Because I really want to get working on the jumper. Or should I finish the knitted shawl? Or finish anything else that is actually on my project pile already, because it's a big pile and I just keep adding to it, because why finish things? But I do feel better, mind you, actually being able to see my yarn. Like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, yes, this is, I feel very, very nice. I feel very good right now. Let's see. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna try and finish. I actually need to pop to the store because I forgot to buy bread and a few things Friday when I was working. Do need to do a load of washing. And yeah, otherwise I'm probably gonna go to my mother's for dinner, catch up with her a little bit, and then get some rest in for the work week, because basically all of last week we were three. Wednesday was a 10-hour day because we were playing catch up. Wednesdays I find as 10-hour days, actually. Not Mondays, those suck. Fridays I want to get home. Thursdays midnight. Wednesdays are fine. But yeah, my nose is not being cooperative right now. It's telling me that I've been yattering around for too long. So I'm gonna quit here. And thank you so much for watching. And I'll hopefully catch you again next weekend. And not preoccupy my sofa and my entire living room with washing. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next weekend. Okay, take care. Bless.